Hello, happy Friday. Oh my gosh, can't believe it's Friday already. It's so crazy. I feel like the days are going by so fast in January. Oh, but they feel good too. It's moving fast, but at the same time, it's like I don't feel like I'm being rushed, if that makes any sense. So hello. We are Friday is all about Q&A. And I have a delicious question that I cannot wait to answer from Anne. Oh, I love this question. Last week was about past lives, which was also delicious too. So keep those questions coming, okay? Every week I'm just going to put that post on there and just post your questions on there. And then Fridays I will tackle the questions. I love them. No, I shouldn't even say tackle. Like, I got this. So real quick, before I go into the answer, I want to just pause for a second and just welcome all the new members in this sacred container, this group. Welcome. There's so much goodies in this group, and you can find everything in the units section. So if you go above, on top of the page of this group, you should find units and just click on that, and you will find so much in there to get you started. If at any point you have any question, or if you want to learn how to work with me in some way, whether group programs or one-on-one, reach out to me, send me a message, and we can do a little discovery call to see what you need. So let's go ahead and begin. So this is Anne's question, and there's a two-part to it. So the first part is, are dream messages from angels and spirit guides? So where are dreams? So what is the whole thing of dreams? So for those of you who don't know, my background is in psychology and pre-medicine. So psychology drew me because of the whole aspect of the mind. I mean, I'm a Virgo, so it makes sense that I'll be pulled in the mystery of the mind. I wanted to dive into it. The pre-med side allowed me to connect with the physical nature of the mind and how it works, the brain and how it works, and all the neurons and how it fires. Oh, so delicious, don't get me started. And then like after that, it just fueled me even more. Now I really wanted to understand the psyche nature of the human being, the human mind. And you know, dreaming is such a huge part of it. One thing that I always said is that my husband, it started with my husband. I kind of created an experiment with him. I love creating experiments with him without even him knowing, you know, psychological. He was like, so how was that, you know? Anyway, so when I first met him, he never dreamt. Like, he didn't dream. And if he did, it was, you know, pretty scary and intense. And I remember telling him, I was like, interesting. You know, there's a correlation between our nighttime dreams and also our daytime, you know, visioning, or the daydreaming that we do. Daydreaming and night dreaming. There's a huge correlation there. I asked him, I was like, you know, like, what are your visions for life? What are your visions for life? You know, and at that point, you know, he told me that he does not like planning for the future, that it just creates anxiety. And I was like, okay. So here's the thing with dreams, with the physical nature of it. You know, the way I see it is like the mind's way of solving the problems that we didn't get to solve while awake, or the unconscious problems, right? Now, the spiritual nature, this is really cool, because in dream time, our bodies get to rest and rejuvenate, and our spirits get to fly and go do, you know, go get activations, go heal, go connect with past lives, you know, that realm there, right? And there's a whole thing about that I can go into. That itself could be a whole class. So, and let me just look at the question again. Where are dreams from our spirit guides and angels? They can be. They can also be from your ancestors. They can be from even people that are living right now that you need to work with. I feel like when it comes to that, it's like we're working with the energetic nature of people that are, you know, currently in your life, or, you know, have passed on to the next, you know, realm, or, you know, are in a different dimension. basically we are unlimited when it comes to our dreams. I love dreaming from a very young age. Like dreaming has been, my dream world has been very potent for me. It's been like a sanctuary for me, and I have cultivated so much that I know how to control my dreams. I can go to sleep and say what I want to dream, and I will dream exactly that. Like I have control of my dreams to an extent, because when it comes to, you know, spiritual nature stuff, I have no control over that, but I'm very aware of what is going on and very much in my power in dream. Actually, there was a point that I said I'm more powerful in my dream time than even in my wake time. You know, it's like I'm more powerful in the shadows than even in the light, because in the shadows, you know, I feel like it's so interesting when that came in. It's just like the dreams that I had growing up there, you know, like one of my gifts growing up was being, I guess you guys would call it a medium. And during dream time, it was like every Friday. I hated Fridays when I was growing up. Hated Fridays. Every Friday, you know, I would go to bed, and the whole entire night I would be just helping people cross over. And not all of them were nice. Most of them were pretty scary. But there were ones that are nice and easy, but I was never alone. So I got to know my angel. I was working with the archangels, you know, like my angels were, you know, I was the girl who had crushes on her archangels. I mean, I still have a crush on Archangel Michael. That's how long I've been working with this archangel for. And when he steps in, I feel him completely, like my entire body, my entire world shakes. When I was young, that was my gift. And every Friday I would do that. Like that was my dream. And then there was another aspect of my dream where I would actually go to people to help them heal. And this part is very interesting. This part is still my one of my gifts currently. And it's really cool because I will, most of the time I won't even notice the details of that dream. But I would wake up thinking about that person, knowing that, oh my gosh, do they need healing? What do they need? And then lo and behold, like a day or two later, I will get a call or a text from them like, I dreamt about you. Thank you so much for healing me. Thank you so much for visiting me in my dreams. But, you know, there's people who have encountered my dream self, who's my higher self. And it's very interesting to hear their take on that experience and how much it moves them, right? So we do a lot of work in our dreams. Depending on how much work you've done physically, it will show up in your dreams. The more work you've done to clear your energy field, the more you can receive, right, during dream time. If you're not doing your work in the physical, you're going to be doing your work in the dream time. Right. So, for example, my husband, you know, at the beginning where he was not dreaming, and when he did, it would like be very intense and violent. And when he started dreaming, after we like came together as twin flames, and everything just got ignited, right? So now he had no choice but to deal with those stuff in the dreams. And at the beginning, it was intense for him. He hated dreaming. And I told him, I was like, you're working, you haven't dreamt for a long time. You're working through a lot of shit. And so, you know, he went through not liking to dream to actually understanding the purpose of why he was dreaming what he was dreaming, and paying attention to the symbolism, paying attention to the emotions behind it, paying attention to the people that were coming in, right? The beings that were coming in, what he was doing. And that completely transformed his experience with dreaming. And when you do the work, the more you do the work in the physical, the clearer your nighttime dreams will be. The clearer your nighttime dreams are, the clearer your big vision, which is like your day dreaming, right? Like what you experience with your physical eyes also become. Think of dreaming as a way that we cleanse our psyches, if that makes sense. It's a way that we can, you know, resolve things that might clog us up. And again, you have to allow yourself to dream. There are people who have completely shut down their dreams, like my husband used to, right? And there, if you talk to them, they're also having a hard time visioning their future. It goes hand in hand there. So going back to the question, Anne, yes, your angels can come in your dreams. I've had so many cool angelic dreams. Like one of the big ones, this was like when I was getting closer to meeting my twin flame, and oh man, I woke up like shaking. It was so intense, and it looks like I was like in this city, and there's like one of those wheelie thingies, what do you call Ferris wheel, in the farther distance, and I saw like this angel with big wings like jump off it, and everything starts like moving, and he landed in front of me, and the earth itself, like it just cracked and shook, and I felt that in my body. I was shaking, and he put his hand out, and he said, "Take my hand if you want to experience freedom." I will never forget this, ever. Like it is encoded to the core of me. And I took his hand, and we took off flying, and I felt so at home. I felt so in love. I felt so supported. Me and the angels, we're so tight. There's a reason why I have crushes on them. They're beautiful beings, right? And of course, how they show up for you in your dreams is how you perceive them. If you look at an angel, if you have the opportunity to experience an angel or even an archangel in their true element, they have no form. They are pure consciousness, pure light, right? But when they come into your dream, depending on how you perceive them, you might see them as pure light. You might see them as a being with big wings. You might just see wings, or you might see colors. It just depends on your perception of what you're ready to experience with them. Your spirit guides will come in, because that's the way. I see the dreaming time is a way where your mental mind has shut down. Remember, you are asleep so that your spirit self can do the work. So your mental mind has shut down. Now you can truly listen, right? You can listen to the messages that are coming through. You are more receptive to the higher consciousness to come through, if you're aligned with that, and to teach you, to activate you, to heal you. And it's so important. When I was in the mystery school, again, every Friday is such a big thing for me. It looks like, now that I'm talking about it, right? I mean, Friday is the day of the goddess. I am, I'm part of the God and Goddess Council, so it makes a lot of sense why it's so charged for me. So when we were in the mystery school, every Friday night we would dream, and we'll go into the high temples in the ethereal realm, and that's where we would go to school, and we'll learn about the higher teachings, more about the higher teachers. We'll get to meet other people, other sisters and brothers in other mystery schools, and our angels and archangels. We get to meet our council members, our council of light members, and do some work with them, do some healing, do some clearing. I mean, we did some major work there, right? All of this is dreaming. All of this is nighttime dreaming. So again, the more work you do, the more purified your consciousness is, your spirit is, your being is, the more you'll be attuned to receive the higher messages that are meant for you, right? At the beginning, if you're someone who have closed up your dream for a long time, at the beginning, you have to work through a lot of stuff that you've been kind of accumulating and, shoving in that box. You have to work through all of that to get that out of the way. So your dreams might be intense. Even if you've done the work, sometimes the dreams can be intense. Another part of my dream is being, another part of my being and my soul gift is being a warrior of light. And for the longest time, like a huge stretch in my life, where that's all my dream was about. Every night I'll go to bed and I will be in full warrior mode, like fight in the dark, like no joke. And of course, I was not doing this alone, right? I have my whole crew with me, badass warrior of lights that were always with me. But I learned a lot about who I am through my dreams because I was attuned to receiving those wisdom, right? And these dreams are soul dreams because when you wake up, it stays with you. Even if you don't remember the details of it, it still stays with you. There's an inner knowing, like, yeah. Like some of the dreams I would never forget. I mean, most of my dreams I will never forget because, I'm so aware and I love dreaming. I would not forget. It shakes me to the core. Like I feel the experience is as if I'm having that right now, right? Physical reality right now. So our dreams are so powerful. And that's why, the whole concept of dream journaling It can tell you so much about who you are, what you're here to do, your purpose, your mission, your soul gifts, your soul family, what your bigger vision is, your intention. Like, it can tell you so much, but you have to listen. Right? At the beginning, it might be that you set the intention before you go to bed. I would love to discover who I am as I sleep, right? And then you can ask your higher self to do that. You can ask the angels, hey, angels, I would like to get to know you. Can you come in my dreams and let's chat? Or higher self, I would love to get to know you. Can you come in my dreams? Let's chat. The other aspect of it, and you were talking about people that you're not connected. I think you said you're no longer connected with, that come in. This is so cool, because especially if you have to resolve some stuff, like some issues, some quarrel that you can't do in the physical realm. And this is something that I teach my clients, where you can call the energy of that person in, and if you're doing the work, your soul knows. So usually your soul will call that person in, or maybe that person's soul will reach out to you, and you can resolve that in dream time, right? You can, of course, connect with your people that you connected with that are on the other side, who have messages for you, right? Like one of my big one, this was during the times where my medium times when I was younger. And it was my auntie, one of my favorite aunties. Like she was like an angel, like just absolutely the most amazing woman, goddess that I've ever encountered. And she always was there for me. She was always there for me. And one day, she had like a really bad headache, and she went to the hospital, and I went to sleep. And that night I heard her walking, heard her walking. I was like, oh, it's my auntie, and I went to her, and, I was like, hi, what are you doing? And she's like, I came here to say goodbye. I was like, why are you saying goodbye? Where are you going? She's like, it's time. I need to go. And, after she said goodbye, she just kind of dissolved in the dream. And I was like, no, don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. And I woke up, and I just had this sense that she had left. Like it was, and the whole morning I'm getting ready for school, and I'm just repeating, please don't let it be. Just bring her back to me. Please don't let it be. And within like minutes, I hear my mom like coming in and just cry. And I was like, oh, she left. Right. And it was so impactful, but I feel so blessed that she came in to say goodbye, because our connection, it still is like, it's still pretty deep. Like, she was my goddess mentor. She was there for me in ways that I can't even comprehend. It was such a blessing to have her by my side physically, and then now spiritually, right? So there's so much you can you can discover in dream time. Our dream time, you can do so much work there. The work that physically we are kind of stuck with the whole 24 hours. This is all we got, but if you really look at it, we got more time in dream time too. And the beauty of dream time is that it's not the way, time doesn't work the same way as physically. So you can resolve something in a fraction of a time, right? In dream time, like in 1 minute in dream time can be like a whole lifetime in the physical time. Like, we can do so much there, but you got to be aware. You got to be open to receiving. You got to be in tune and be conscious of that. Our nature, our dream time nature. And there's so many good books about, the dreaming, especially when it comes to shamanic work, right? So let me make sure I answered the question. I think I even answered the second part to your question, Anne. Let's see here. How important are the dreams that we get from people? How important are the dreams we get from people we disconnected from but are still living? Yeah. I mean, every message that we receive in dream time is important. Whether you're looking at it from a psychological aspect of things, where we're trying to resolve things in our physical life, or spiritually, where we're actually receiving messages that will benefit us in this lifetime. Every message that we receive from dream time is very important. The symbolism, that's the beauty of dream time, is the symbolism. Usually it's not always about the words that people are saying. It can be about the color. It can be about the smell that you received. It can be about the image that you received, you know, and that's why keeping a dream journal is so important, because when you wake up and you look at, you write everything down and you look at it, you can see how that is being shown in your physical reality, how that shows up for you in the physical reality. But you can do so much in the dream time. It's such a another powerful part of who we are, that it shows us how limitless we are. It shows us how expansive we are. Because just because our physical body is asleep doesn't mean that we are also asleep. Like that unlimited spiritual essence of us that is always there continues to work, because that part of us never gets tired, doesn't need to sleep, doesn't need to eat, right? It doesn't need all of that physical survival needs. So we continue after this body is resting and rejuvenating. And we can also do so much because of that, because now we can bring in that healing that our body needs and bring it back to balance as it's sleeping, right? Or call in, you know, go into our temples and go rejuvenate our bodies. Like, we can do so much during dream time, but you got to be conscious. You got to be open to receiving that wisdom that wants to come through there. So if you're not someone who pays attention to your dreams, if you're someone who doesn't dream at all, like, perhaps this is an invitation for you to begin to allow those dreams to come in, because our dreams are, I see it as the part of us, the unconscious part of us, that is trying to communicate with us physically, right? There's so much to it. There's so much to it. Like, having psychology background just opened me up to so much about dreams, especially Carl Jung, and there's another one that I really love, but they all go into, oh, what was his name? It almost came. Oh, what a way. They take you into a deep dive into the human psyche and the mind and the dream state and what that means. So there's so many ways that you can utilize this aspect of yourself, this ability to do more, this unlimitedness that we have. It's quite beautiful. So yes, going back to the question, you can receive messages from angels, archangels, source. You can receive messages. You can go right back to source. Like, yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've dreamt about going, you know, like going all the way back there. Like, yeah, I'm going back home. No, it's not time yet. Oh, right. And now just going to just remember, to reconnect, to breathe, right? To heal. All of that, you know, I can do so much in dream time. Like, I would not sacrifice my dreams for anything. Like, I love dreaming. I absolutely love dreaming. So if you have any other questions about dream time and, you know, the dream state, let me know. Also, I'm open to any other questions in spirituality, on your spiritual journey, twin flames, soul gifts, you know, any of that realm. Post it and I will pop in Fridays. Every Friday is going to be Q&A. So I will pop in and do a video to answer your questions, because I love this concept of spirituality and us being the spiritual being. And the more I can open you up to your mystery, the more I am of service. So from my heart to yours, have a fabulous weekend. I'm going to get on a call with a client, so I will talk to you soon. Bye.